Why data mining? There's so much data that's been coming out every single second. So with the internet, we've got so many social media, we got YouTube, we got Google, there's got just tons of data coming in, and that's just internet based. There's also sensor data, there's stock data, there's patient data for medical areas and medical research, energy research. So there's just the growth of data is astronomically growing so fast. And the data explosion, you can see in this chart here just how much has grown since 1970, and then at this exponential curve with the web stuff in addition to business transaction data. And with the storage costs going so much lower, more data can be stored, and then now the whole point is, well, what do we do with all this data? We want to be able to mine it for interesting knowledge that we can gain from it. And the data explosion has really pushed IT as far as storage and then processing too. So sometimes data mining could take trying to answer one question could take days, just to answer it, just the processing, the machine learning and the artificial intelligence behind it to try to figure out an answer to the question when you have massive amounts of data. And so we'll talk about more efficient ways and effective ways to deal with large amounts of data as well, and work with how we're going to move forward with all of this. So really the question, why data mining? We are drowning in data and starving for knowledge. We have tons of data and we need to figure out ways to especially automate this process of analyzing the data and looking for something interesting out of it. So interesting patterns, some knowledge that we can gain based on the data that we have. So some of the questions that we'd like to mine, things like market basket analysis. Where should products be placed in the store to maximize sales? Right? So what's commonly bought together? Another market basket analysis with Amazon. What products should we recommend and show to the user? What are other users doing and who are interested, very similar to this particular user, that they might also be interested? Another example would be seasonal. Are more popular items around a particular season, whether it's Christmas time or 4th of July or whatever the holiday may be, or summer versus winter. For classification and clustering, we're looking at identifying, for example, loan applicants. Is it worth giving a loan to this particular person? How much of a loan? How risky is it to give them this much loan? Who is most similar, and infer from the previous customers to make a more informed decision. In medical diagnosis, is this cancer? At what stage? Can we identify certain differentiating patterns? For time series, looking at time and identify changes. And it could be the stock market as a common one over time. We could see crime rates. We could see the use of Uber and Lyft type of car sharing. So social networks, Twitter, Facebook, what's trending? Wind speed, how big a wind farm to generate? How much need to supplement power? What is the demand? For stocks, we want to be able to predict stock changes and make lots of money, right? So these are some examples. Outlier analysis was the fraudulent activity. So most of the credit card transactions are normal purchases, and they are proper purchases. Outlier analysis, we're looking for the abnormal. That's what we're actually interested in finding. So we don't want to delete those from our data set. We actually want to find them. And if it's a fraudulent card, we might end up canceling the card so that if someone stole that information, that we don't end up paying too much on it if we're one of the credit card companies. Lots of reasons to do data mining.